Next live trial getting underway in Florida. The killed while calling 911 for defendant Bree Kuhn. Now, Chief Petty Officer Bree Kuhn is charged with the first-degree premeditated murder of her husband, Collin Turner. Kuhn admitted to shooting and killing him on September 8th of 2021, but she told officers that she was acting, in self-defense. Court TV anchor Judge Ashley Wilcott gets us caught up on this case.
Police in Gulf Breeze, Florida respond to multiple 911 calls from the home of Bree Kuhn and Collin Turner. They had reportedly been fighting all afternoon about their kids.
We got the first call at 12:53 p.m. and it was an argument she called in, the suspect in this case. The second call came in at 4:57 p.m. He called that time, same thing, another argument.
Bree and Collin had a blended family. She was a chief petty officer stationed at the Naval Air Station in Pensacola. Collin Turner made a third call to 911 at 6:22 p.m. and told the dispatcher his wife had locked him out of the house in the garage.
During the phone call with dispatch, you hear gunshot. He states basically, she just shot me. Then you hear 3 more.
Collin Turner was shot 4 times and he died of his injuries. Cameras from local station WEAR were there as police worked the crime scene.
They were arguing. I think one time he wanted to take the kids out of state and she didn't want them to go. And then, it just kept going on and on. But yet, like I said, the first 2 calls, no evidence of violence.
According to the police report, Bree Kuhn was sitting outside on the front porch when the police arrived, and she told them she had shot her husband. She also told officers that she had locked him in the garage because he wanted to take the kids and leave.
She was taken into custody 2 minutes after we arrived.
Bree Kuhn is charged with first-degree murder in the shooting death of Collin Turner. She has filed notice that she will assert battered wife syndrome as her defense.
All right, day 1 of that trial is continuing with State Witness Detective Wesley Hartbarger on the stand right now. He's on direct examination. We're going to take you there now for his testimony.
Point you down. She's got a shotgun and her pistol in the bedroom with her.
Okay.
And my pistol is on the dashboard of my truck.
Okay.
They're all pretty for you.
Man, you stay out here, man.
I'm just opening. There's a little dog running around. Okay. She won't get. Go all the way to the wall and then turn right.
Her name's Bree?
Her name's Bree. She's got both the kids in there with her.
Okay. Hey, Miss Bree? Yeah. Hey, I'm Deputy Hartbarger. Did you call us?
Yes.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What's going on today, ma'am?
So my husband is trying to take the kids.
What's up, big guy?
He threw me on the floor and pushed me against the wall.
And this all happened today?
Yes, it happened today. We've been having issues over since the weekend.
What are the issues about?
Just typical relationship stuff.
You guys married?
Yeah, we're married, but his go-to is to use the kids against me. So he's ready to take them to Georgia. And I don't want them to go.
What's that thing? That little thing and that black
If
thing.
he's gonna
Which one?
What's that? That
me around
white thing
and
and
they can't defend themselves.
that
And I
little
don't
thing
want
and
dogs.
black thing.
How long have you guys been having problems? I know you said it's been bad since the weekend, but...
Jack, you can hold
I mean,
him.
on and off, we've been having problems.
I don't need to hold him, buddy. You can hold him.
He's a cool little kitty.
He is a cool kitty.
He's black.
Yeah.
What is this?
That's my key fob for my car out there. Yeah, just hit...
Is this a beeper?
Nope. It don't beep.
What does it do?
It just locks and unlocks it.
No, this one.
It opens the back.
Kitty's being funny.
I don't want him. I don't want him taking my kids. I have appointments with attorneys. I don't want him in the house. He raped me over the weekend. I just want
You
him
got any marks anywhere?
104, booking at 10-4.
10-4, thank you. You mind if we look and check? I mean, because if you got any marks anywhere, I mean, you got any bruises or anything?
No, it was just today. Said he just pushed me up against this doorway and threw me down on the bathroom floor.
You don't have any redness anywhere?
2 and 3, and 12.
You know, I mean, I pretty
No
much
scratch
say, right?
marks?
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna say because I need something, you know, because if to prove a battery, I mean anybody can say anything. But if you had some marks or, you know, some video or there was a third party witness,
Does it when nobody can see it.
the problem is I got to be able to prove it. That's why I'm asking if you got marks or bruises or anything. Anyway, I need something else.
So next time I'll just make sure that he punches me in the face.
That's not what I'm saying at all. But I mean, it doesn't matter what you or I know. If I can't prove it, it doesn't go anywhere in court.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Did the kids witness any of it? No. They don't need to anyway, but sometimes, you know, if they do see something and it's okay, then I'll talk to them because they can give me a story, you know, but,
Yeah, I don't want them to be.
no, I'm with you.
185,
And I don't want it to sound like that I can't do anything for you, but I mean, I'm gonna go out there and ask him about it, and unless he straight up confesses to putting his hands on you and pushing you against the wall, I mean, I don't have much other than documenting it that I can do today.
There's nothing that you can do. He said he raped me over the weekend. He's threatening to take my kids. He put his hands on me today, and he can just walk out of here with my kids.
It's not what I'm saying exactly. And the kid thing, that's between, we're not gonna get involved with you guys taking the kids or separating the kids or saying that this parent or that parent can take the children. That's
Okay.
not unless there's a protection order or a domestic violence injunction or something from a court.
Protection order.
They're gonna do that through the court system, yes.
Okay.
If you want, I'll get you a statement and get you started on that. Fill it out, tell me what happened today. Everything that happened, be detailed as possible.
I think I'm just gonna get the kids and get out of here.
Do you want to fill out a statement?
I can I fill out a statement after, like, I just want to get them and get out of here, and then I can fill one out at another time.
If you want, I'll get it and I'll leave it for you.
Okay.
All right. Let me, I mean, if you want to take a few minutes to get some stuff together, we'll go in here and talk to him, and then I'll be back in, okay?
Okay.
And I know they got some information. Is it Bree?
Yes.
That's the legal first name? Mm-hmm. What's your middle initial, Miss Bree?
K.
Date of birth? I'm sorry, what's your last name first?
Kuhn, Kuhn.
What's your date of birth, Miss Bree?
May 5th, 1987.
104, booking at 10-4.
Okay. 10-4, thank you. Where did this happen?
10-4.
Where did this happen in the house? Did it happen in the bedroom? Where? Yeah.
Against that doorway and in the bathroom.
Is there any damage or anything?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Come on, let's make a suitcase.
First of all, I didn't. Second of all, you don't tell a child that.
Sure.
What's your name again, man?
Collin, Collin.
Colin?
Yep, I had to ram both of them.
All right.
Car.
Was at any point in time did it get physical?
I told you I tried to grab my daughter last night, and she got physical and stopped me. So I backed the fuck off at that point. That kind of allegation is the last thing I need. They're right here.
The bags.
What bags?
Suitcase.
Oh, they're in my truck. I'm not leaving the kids with you.
So basically, I don't know if it's bad news or good news for you. y'all married, or your kids, and you said your stepdaughter. So that's her kid.
I don't. Do I have legal rights? Or
I think you went to court and took over guardianship for her.
So that's the real thing. If I took my stepdaughter with me, she could press charges.
He doesn't have the. Is that correct? He didn't go to court and get legal guardianship over.
Because technically the actual father is going to be the baby daddy, sperm donor, whatever you want to call him. So
He's not in the picture, but if he didn't go to court, then there's nothing we can do.
no,
Now your blood kids, actually.
that's going to be civil. We're not going to get in the middle without a court order.
I can't take the kids from her and give them to you. Can't take them to you and give them to her. So nothing I can do about that.
If she wants to take the kids or you want to take the kids, we're not going to get in the middle of it. But you guys aren't going to argue about it, especially while we're here. What happened today, real quick? I know you're talking about your own partner.
Long story short, she went into a
Just
borderline rage last night, and it's continuing to now. She figured out I was trying to take my kids.
Georgia.
Give space away from her.
I got you.
I'm the primary caretaker of the kids, the only caretaker of the kids. So
He wants to go to Georgia to his parents, which is their grandparents.
Yeah,
Without her because he wants to take a break.
I got
Not to live there to remove the kids from her.
I get it. Well, that's y'all's business. We're not going to dive far into it. Basically, we're here because she called us.
Can I get my children's stuff out of this truck?
We can't stop you from doing anything. Y'all are married. Only thing we can stop you from is being violent toward each other. Then you go to jail.
Hello, 185, 243.
Okay, bye. That's y'all's stuff, y'all's truck. Y'all are married. I don't care if it's just your name on it or just her name on it. It's y'all's stuff. You're married. All marital properties. I can control the kids. Like I said, the laptop, it's marital property, man. It sucks, but.
Oh, I know. You guys then?
And there's not a whole lot we can do with it. If he wants to go in there and get the crap out of the truck, can't stop her. You can't physically, grab her. Because I don't have to give her the key. That's going to be a problem,
But that's not going to help anything either. So it's one of those push-pull, It's just sometimes it's better to stand off to the side and then let things cool off, and then later you guys get back together and say, hey.
What's going to happen?
Well, look, and if it weren't for all her mental health issues and diagnoses and suicide attempts, then I'd walk away and let her have the kids and have space that way. But I'm not going to leave toddlers or somebody to try to kill themselves twice over the last.
I'm not telling you what to do, man. And before I get too far off on the tangent, nothing physical. You guys just arguing back and forth verbally.
Yeah, I told him I went to my daughter, my wife and my daughter were both sleeping in bed last night. I went to pick up my daughter to take her to the couch with me and my son, and my wife woke up and did one of these over my daughter. She couldn't pick her up. Protecting the ball with a fumble.
I got you.
I was like, "Are you serious right now?" And then I backed away.
So nobody pushing anybody, nobody trying to hit anybody. Any reason why she would say maybe that you did batter her?
Because she has borderline personality disorder, and it's a textbook thing for people with that disorder to do is make false allegations.
I get it. You want to fill out a statement at all with me? You don't have to. You just have to offer it if you want to fill out a witness statement.
Yeah, I'd love to fill out a witness statement.
I'll get you one. You need a pen?
Yes.
It's interesting. This body cam video really shows the difficulty that cops have when they arrive on a scene like this. Different stories, not knowing quite what the right remedy is, and leads to problems. It did in this case. That was the first 911 call. There were 3 total on that day. The first one was made by Bree, the defendant in this case. The second one was made by Collin Turner, the victim in this case. Then he made a third one on which you can actually hear him being shot. So that's sort of the context there for that. Now, folks, before we go back into court, let's bring in our guests for this hour. Joining us is former federal prosecutor Nima Romani and trial attorney Nicole Brenecki. Actually, with us is Samantha Vacchiana filling in. Thank you so much, Samantha. Samantha, for joining us tonight. And Nima, always a pleasure to see you. Samantha, I'll start with you. I want to go back to what I said before the break, this idea that when I watch this body cam footage as they respond to this domestic violence incident, it really just highlights the difficulties that cops have going into these situations. I'm sitting there watching saying, what would I do under these circumstances? How do I keep one or the other safe, et cetera? Because we know that men are just as vulnerable as women under certain circumstances. What are your thoughts on what we watched there in that body cam video?
Michael, it is very difficult, right? Because you don't know what you're walking into as law enforcement. Oftentimes, that's one of the most dangerous times for a law enforcement officer is responding to a domestic violence call. That being said, though, as I watched the video of the interaction with Bree Kuhn and also with the victim, I think the sort of, I can hear in her voice, what do I do? This man has raped me over the weekend. He has pushed me against the wall, and there's really nothing I can do. And the officer is trying to reassure her, but unfortunately, there is nothing he could do at that moment.
Yeah, I think the frustration is captured perfectly when she says, okay, next time I'll make sure he punches me in the face when he rapes me. I think that captures the whole thing in one sentence. Now, at the end of the day, Nima, this is a battered wife syndrome case. That is part of her defense. Now, again, it's not a defense in and of itself. It's part of a self-defense case. They're allowed to use sort of this pervasive abuse evidence to sort of explain her actions. I'm not sure, based on anything I saw in this video, not judging everything, but based on what I see in this video and her responses to the police officers, that I see someone who is suffering from battered wife syndrome.
You know, Michael, I agree with you. Those self-defense cases in Florida, they're so difficult to predict. We've covered so many over the years. And, you know, sometimes you know which direction a case is going to go in. But generally speaking, deadly force, right? Shooting someone. And let's not forget, Kuhn's husband is unarmed. He's apparently locked in the garage. He's in another room. You know, is she at risk of death or serious bodily injury? Is that reasonable? Or is that even unreasonable, which makes it manslaughter under Florida law? I don't think so. I'm not disagreeing that she's a victim of domestic violence, but, you know, this is going to go to a jury. And, you know, time and time again, I keep bringing up Florida, Trayvon Martin. We've covered the Curtis Reeves popcorn movie theater case. There's other cases that Suzanne Lawrence shot her neighbor, you know, through the door. That one came back as manslaughter. The parking lot case, the dispute, came back as manslaughter. So it's important for folks that are watching to know that self-defense, whether it's battered wife syndrome or otherwise, it's a complete defense, but if it's unreasonable, it could also be manslaughter here.
Yeah, wonderful stuff there. Truly appreciate that. Yeah, because that's exactly where probably the defense is going with this particular case. There's no doubt that she shot him. And like you said, he was locked in the garage at the time. That's why he was calling 911 to say, my wife locked me in here. So he was no threat to her at that particular moment. All right, stand by, guys. Let's go back into court now for the killed while calling 911 murder trial in Florida. Detective Wesley Hartbarger is wrapping up his direct examination.
Thank you, Judge. Detective Hartbarger, in watching that early on in that recording, when Ms. Kuhn is relaying to you what has happened, she made the statement of, he put his hands on me, he raped me over the weekend. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Do you remember her making that statement at the time?
I completely missed the first one. Because I believe after reviewing the body camera, she said it twice.
And it seemed like you did not respond at that time. Is that correct?
Correct.
Is that something that you did not catch or realize that she said at that point?
With all the distractions, yeah, I didn't catch that.
Okay.
That's my fault.
And you were there because of what she had relayed on 911 about him pushing her in the bathroom. Is that correct?
About the battery.
Okay. Now, in the video there, we see the two vehicles in the driveway, correct?
Yes.
And it looks like on the video she is unloading items from Collin's vehicle into her vehicle.
Leading, Your Honor.
Sustained as phrased.
What do we watch her doing with the two vehicles on that video?
She's moving stuff from Collin's vehicle into her vehicle.
Okay, including a child seat?
Yes.
Okay. And Detective Hartbarger, that was your only interaction with the two of them and your only involvement in this case. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. Thank you, sir. Those are my questions.
All right, Mr. Etheridge.
Good afternoon. You're an investigator now, detective now with major crimes, right?
Right.
Congratulations. We've had the opportunity to review the video, so I won't go into huge details on this, detective, but Mr. Turner told you that his pistol was in the truck, didn't he?
I don't recall if he said that or not.
Okay. So if the video revealed that, would you defer to the video?
Say it again.
What your body camera said? If he said that during you taping him on the body camera, it'd be on there, wouldn't it?
Unless
Telling you he had a pistol in the truck?
Unless that initial few seconds where the audio's catching up,
Okay. And Bree told you she didn't want him in the house, didn't she?
She said she wanted to leave.
But she also told you she didn't want him in the house, didn't she?
I don't recall.
Okay, will you defer to the video again? That's the best evidence, don't you agree? What was taped on your body cam?
Correct.
Okay. And she told you not once, but it sounds like she told you several times that he raped me, didn't she?
She did make that statement twice.
And you didn't do any follow-up on the rape allegation at all, did you?
She wanted to leave. I offered her to fill out a witness statement. She said she would fill it out at a later time.
You didn't offer to give her a rape assault kit done at the hospital, did you?
No, sir.
Okay. And part of her other allegations was that he threw her down on the bathroom floor, right?
Correct.
And when asked about the marks, she told you he does it where it doesn't show. That's what she said in the video, didn't she?
She said she didn't have any marks, bruises, or scratches.
And when you responded something to the fact, well, you know, that would be helpful, we have marks, what have you, she said, next time, I should just let him punch me in the face. That's what she said to you, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And Mr. Turner, when you went outside to him, he said, that kind of allegation is the last thing I need, right?
Right.
Were you aware that law enforcement had been called out there several times before that particular day you went out there, Mr. Hartberger?
No, sir.
Okay. And another thing that Mr. Turner told you is that I'm going to call the command, right?
He did say that.
Okay. Did you understand what that meant, what he was talking about?
I just assumed he was going to maybe try to get help from his first shirt or
He was going to call her command.
No.
Is that what you got out of it?
No.
Okay. You thought he was going to call his command?
That's what I took it as, yes.
Did you know he was no longer in the military?
I wasn't aware.
At that time?
No, sir.
Okay. And the child, the little wild child, as you referred to him as, he started crying because he hit his head on the gun in Mr. Turner's truck, didn't he?
I don't know what he hit his head on.
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
All right, so the defense there just reminding this jury exactly what she told him at that time when they arrived at the home. All right, we do have to squeeze in a break now. When we come back, we'll have a new witness on the stand. So keep it here on Court TV Live. Welcome back to Court TV Live. We are continuing our coverage in the killed while calling 911 murder trial going on in Florida. Defendant Bree Kuhn is accused of shooting her husband to death back in September of 2021. She's using the battered spouse syndrome defense. Let's go back into court now. A new witness, Jameson Lynn with the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office, is on direct.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I've got 1657, I believe.
Okay, so to us civilians, that's 457, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And were you wearing a body cam at that time?
Yes, sir, I was.
And was it activated?
Yes, sir.
And have you viewed the footage from that day?
Yes, sir, I have.
And do you deem that to be a fair and accurate recording of your interactions that day?
Yes, sir.
Now, you had contact, being as you're by yourself, you had contact with both Collin and Bree, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, outside of your body cam, did you have any, well, at that time, did you have any contact with either Bree or Collin outside of what's on the body camera?
No, sir, not to my recollection.
Okay. Your Honor, this time I'd move State's Exhibit 114 into evidence.
All right. Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. State's Exhibit 114 will be admitted into evidence.
And I would move to publish.
Okay.
No objection, Your Honor.
Hello.
Nice to see you here.
Yes, sir. Indeed. What can I do for you? I'm Deputy Lynn with Centers County Sheriff's Office.
Hey, my wife won't let me in my house.
Okay, is this
for a
wife?
Domestic dispute. Yep.
Okay, can I talk to you over here?
Can I have my daughter, please?
Hey, can I just have you wait right there for just one moment, okay? Not right now. Hold on. Just one second. We'll get this figured out, okay? All right, so what's going on today, sir?
So she's got mental health stuff going on. I was trying to leave for Georgia to get a break from her for me and the kids earlier today, and then she called you guys. And when I was talking to you guys, she took my photo ID, all my access to money and everything.
Okay.
And then took the kids inside and locked me out. So I've been locked outside in my driveway.
Okay.
For the last couple hours.
Do you live here?
What's that?
Do you live here?
Yeah, we're co-owners for both.
Okay.
So I've been on the phone with family advocacy through the Navy and all that most of the day. So I haven't cared that I'm outside.
Okay.
Until she came outside with my daughter on the porch screaming. So I came over and she gave my daughter to me. She couldn't make her stop screaming.
And what's the argument over? They put in the note something about kids going to Georgia.
Yeah, that was the most closest alligator to the boat.
Okay.
But she was mad that I turned off the Wi-Fi last night, so she washed my laptop in the dishwasher.
Okay.
And that's kind of like the last straw.
You guys,
so is it legal?
Are you guys still married?
I mean, for now, yeah.
It's still legal and it's common property.
Yep.
What's yours is hers and hers is yours, unfortunately.
Yeah, so she's not allowed to stop me from entering my house?
If it's your house and you still live here, by all means, you got to enter your home however you got to enter your home.
10-4.
Make sense?
Yeah, so she's allowed to change the locks and I'm allowed to break a window, is that what you're saying?
I'm not telling you to break a window. If you want to tear it, I mean, it's your property. However, you got to get into your house, you got to get into your house. If it's your home and you live here and you've got your items in there, if you got to get in, however you got to get in.
You can't, like, escort me in, no, and let me in.
Well, I'm going to talk to her in just a second. Right. We'll figure out what's going on. But
yeah, so anyways, back to the more recent, I'm sorry.
Okay.
She wanted to take Lainey back inside.
Okay.
Okay. Lainey started screaming that she doesn't want to go inside without Daddy.
Okay.
And then she wants Lainey to go inside without Daddy.
Okay.
So
here we are?
So here we are.
Okay. At any point with this argument, was it physical? Was it anybody hit, scratch, kick, bite, push, anything like that? Poke, anything even?
Nope.
Okay. So that's just basically just a verbal argument over the kids going to Georgia then? Is it a continuation from what happened earlier then? Is that fair to say?
That's a continuation of years, but yeah.
Okay. Right, but I mean, because I know we were out here earlier over the kid issues.
Oh yeah, this happened directly after you guys were here earlier. She locked me out.
Okay, about what time were we here earlier?
Well, like 2?
2? 2 sound good? Okay, that's fine. Okay. All right, just give me 1 second, okay? Yep. Let me talk to her and see what's going on. Do you mind if I step over? Talk to you?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, so people can talk over here. I don't, want arguing back and forth.
No,
so.
it's fine. He's terrible hearing.
Okay, so I'm Deputy Lynn with Centers County Sheriff's Office, as I said earlier. So
All right, again, just highlights the difficulty. This is the second call. This one was made by the victim, and you heard what his complaint was. Just such a tough situation. All right, we need to take a break, folks. When we come back, we'll get you back to that body cam video of the victim talking with police about what was going on from her point of view. Keep it here on Court TV Live.
One of the most successful true crime TV shows ever.
This is crazy.
Now has a new home on America's original true crime obsession, 48 Hours on Court TV. Coming up next on Court TV.
Tonight on Closing Arguments, a woman stabbed 55 times. Now the father of her child is on trial for murder. We have everything you may have missed from today's gripping testimony.
Closing Arguments tonight at 8, 7 Central, only on Court TV.
We are continuing our coverage in the killed while calling 911 trial in Florida. Now, we left off, we're watching body cam video of the victim talking to the officers about what he thought or what he felt caused the argument between him and the defendant. Well, now the officer is talking to the defendant. Let's get back into court.
Sheriff's office, I said earlier, so what's going on today?
Well, you guys were out here earlier.
Federal
He was trying to take my
215,
kids.
10-4 check.
I'm 10-4, thank you.
He was trying to take my kids to Georgia.
Okay. Are they your kids or are they yours and his?
These two, well, the small
Okay.
ones are mine and his.
Okay. And so he's wanting to take them to Georgia?
Yeah, I was talking to him about wanting a divorce, so he said that he's going to take the kids to Georgia. And he can because we're still married.
Okay. Yeah.
We got into an argument about it. He pushed me up against the wall. He threw me onto the floor in the bathroom. And that's when I called the police earlier today.
Okay.
They came out, did, whatever they could do, which wasn't really anything.
Okay.
And then I locked him out.
Okay.
He had been in contact with my command.
Okay.
So he said that there's allegations of emotional abuse.
Okay.
So obviously I don't want him in there.
Okay.
Him and I arguing in front of the kids, so I locked him out. My daughter, she wakes up sometimes, like inconsolable from naps or whatever.
Sure.
And it's usually like him and I will pass her back and forth. It's kind of, she's fickle, who she wants better. So she woke up from the nap. And
when you say your daughter, you mean that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I had called him and texted him like, hey, we should talk. This is not the path we want to go down right now.
Right.
When she woke up like that, I brought her out here because she's used to him and I, so I brought her out here.
Okay.
So he can help calm her down. He snatched her from me and then started trying to use her to.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
He said, she doesn't want to come in the house unless Daddy's there.
Okay.
Being manipulative. It's not a
So,
good environment.
I don't know if you overheard what I told him. It's his house too, right? He lives here too? So we can't lock each other out of the house. I mean, if we do, he's got every right to enter the house. However, he's got to enter the house.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. And same thing, if we change the locks, he's got every right to get in the house. However, he's got to get in the house. Okay. If he lives here, he's got property here. For the betterment of your daughter, whatever you guys got going on, you got to put aside for the kids. You see what I'm saying?
I agree, but he told me not to talk to him. So I'm not going to let him in the house if he's going to come in and start arguing.
But at the same time, that's leaving the child. I mean, that's kind of leaving the child out here fend for herself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. So I don't want him to do that.
Okay. But, I mean, I can't stop him from going inside the house.
Well, that's fine. I just wanted him to do her to me so that she's not out here.
Okay.
They said earlier that since I didn't have any bruises, and there was nobody to witness him getting physical with me, that they couldn't do anything.
Okay.
So I don't
what you can do, and
I don't want him to come in and get physical with me in front of my kids.
Okay. What I'm going to tell you to do is what I tell everybody to do. You got that phone, right? That phone's got a camera on it. If at any point you feel threatened or like you're going to be harmed or anything like that.
I don't want him to see that.
I get it. But I mean, everything's not preventable. We can't, we can't say, well, you got to stay out in the front yard for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I just
at the risk of a potential argument.
I didn't call you. I just came out.
No, I get it. But like I said, I'm letting you know.
Okay.
At some point, we got to put our differences aside for the kids, and we got to say, hey, look. You got a guest bedroom, I got my room, or vice versa, whatever it is. I mean, if y'all sleep in separate rooms, or maybe somebody, take a chill pill and sleep on the couch tonight.
Right, he won't
which
do that. He told me not to talk to him.
All right,
so
well,
I want to get my daughter out of the bugs and eat, if that's okay. And I have a 4-year-old.
I'm perfectly fine with that. But I mean, like I said, it's just something that we got to You know, I mean, if bringing your daughter inside means he gets to come inside too, that might be something where we got to say, look, let's make a compromise. If you want to come inside with her, that's fine. I'm going to go to the room and I'm going to close the door and I'm going to stay in here, but at least, you know, your daughter's safe and she's not, you know, out here on the road or whatever, or in the heat, you know, getting bug bites or something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I'm going to grab her.
Okay. Let me just get some information from you real quick. What's the kids' names?
Kylie.
Is it K-Y?
K-Y-L-I-E. Is my 12-year-old.
Okay.
Kuhn. I'm sorry. I really have to go back in because my 4-year-old. Can I just get her?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if he's going to wait out here for just a second with her, I'll go inside if you want with you. And
I don't trust him alone with her.
okay, well, then we can all walk back inside.
Okay.
All right.
I don't want that either.
Okay, well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. But we need to check on the 4-year-old. We want to make sure the 4-year-old.
No, that's fine. My 12-year-old's in there. So.
Okay, all right. It's okay. So what's Kylie's last name?
Kuhn, K-U-H-N.
K-U-H-N. What's the middle name?
Should have one.
We should have one? Okay, what's her date of birth?
May 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah, he called you, so can you get the information from him?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, are you not wanting to, I'm just trying to get names of the kids.
Yeah, no, I gave them to the people earlier.
Okay. All right, well, I mean,
She's not answering.
Okay, yeah, go check them, by all means. All right. So I've got Kylie's name. What's the other child's name? Is this Kylie?
No, this is Lainey.
Okay.
Kylie's 12.
Oh, okay, all right. So what's her name? Lainey? Spell it for me.
L-A-N-E-Y.
Okay. And what's his same last name? Kuhn, K-U-H-N? Turner?
Yep.
Okay. And what's her date of birth?
August 1st of 2018.
Okay, and what's the last one's name? I got Lainey and Kylie.
And JP. JP Turner.
It's just J and P?
Yeah.
All right, let's bring in our guests quickly here to discuss. Former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani and criminal defense and personal injury attorney Samantha Bachiana. I want to start with you, Nima. We heard the husband twice now in the first visit by the cops, and now this one. Talk about some kind of mental health issues with the defendant. First, he called it borderline personality disorder. Could be just an angry husband responding to some of the problems they're having. But if in fact there's something there, how might that play into this case at all?
Well, it plays into the case that her self-defense argument is not reasonable, right? And obviously, borderline is a very serious diagnosis. And, you know, that's why video is so powerful. And I'm not in any way condoning any domestic violence. I'm not arguing that domestic violence didn't happen here, but this doesn't strike me as a type of battered woman. You see the victim here multiple times. It's pretty calm on video. Obviously, she's very agitated. So I think all in all, this is pretty helpful for the prosecution because law enforcement didn't have any evidence to arrest him or to do anything, just tried to send them their separate ways and tried to restore the peace. So I think that's going to be powerful evidence for, again, someone who was shot behind a door, unarmed, and didn't really seem like he could harm her at that moment.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And just the circumstances, Samantha, speak to me as well. The daughter looking like she's very comfortable with the dad, not necessarily with the mom, which says something to me as well. But when we talk about battered wife syndrome, I think it's important for folks to understand there might be abuse in this relationship. I'm not doubting that, but it has to be pervasive. There's something more, a lot more actually, when we're talking about battered wife syndrome as part of a defense.
You know, Michael, I'm going to disagree with my colleague here. One of the things that you have to look at, battered women's syndrome, it's something that's usually over a period of time. I spent most of my career doing domestic violence on both sides, defendants and victims. Typically, abusers kind of act the way this alleged victim in this case is acting. He's manipulative. I'm going to call her commander, and he calls her commander, her job. She's in the military. He's going to try and take the children. First things abusers do, they try to separate the person from the children. So, yeah, he is exhibiting signs to me of a classic abuser.
Oh, excellent points. Again, thank you so much for that, because I missed that, to be honest with you. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you.